Hey everybody, Ryan Michael Ballo here, founder of the Cortex Nootropic Stack, taker of many nootropics, and probably for about, I want to say like 5 years, taker of Ashwagandha, the mighty nootropic herb that I'm sure some of you have heard about, but maybe others of you haven't. So let me just quick give you a rundown. Ashwagandha is an Ayurvedic herb that is, for a variety of different things. This bottle says it's for a healthy immune and stress response. I first came across Ashwagandha, it might have even been 6 years ago, in this essentially nootropic. It was a nootropic combination at this store called Wegmans, which is like a gourmet grocery store, and it said on it, it said brain function and stress. And at the time, like, I was super stressed out. I remember being like overwhelmed by business stuff, and I was just like, I need to try to get a hold of this. And I went to the store trying to find something. I was like, oh, cool, a nootropic and something that'll help me with stress. I didn't really research it at that point. I just took the bottle's word for it, took it, and got the results. Well, the results for me with Ashwagandha then and now still was like, it normally takes about 2 hours for me, but this profound calm washes over me. Like where if previously I might have had some sort of excessive stress thing going on, it just goes away. And the best part about it was, like, I remember going to sleep that night and then waking up the next morning being like, I feel so refreshed. Like and at that time I was so stressed out about business stuff. There was like particular legal matter going on in one of my businesses at the time, that it was hard for me to wake up feeling refreshed. I woke up and I was like, wow, like this is what this feels like again. It was inspirational enough for me to keep taking it. We did a podcast about it on the Cortex Nootropics podcast. It's called Ashwagandha, the mother of all herbal nootropics. You should check it out. It's really cool. We talk about the details, like the GABAergic neurotransmission and the cholinergic neurotransmission. But suffice it to say that for nootropic purposes, it does act as a mild acetylcholine esterase inhibitor. So that basically means that it inhibits the acetylcholine esterase enzyme, and acetylcholine esterase makes you have less acetylcholine in your brain. And this thing inhibits that enzyme, so you end up having either more total acetylcholine or more acetylcholine functioning within, firing between neurons and allowing those neurons to activate from acetylcholine, and thus having more focused memory, verbal fluency, things of this nature. I actually notice, because I've been taking Cortex for so long and other powerful cholinergics, that if I have some sort of even if I have a slight change in brain function from a nootropic, I just notice it. I notice it acutely. I notice it instantly, and it's not hard for me to notice it. Every little change, whether I didn't sleep enough or I meditated on the positive side, I notice strongly in my brain, and I notice the performance benefits. So with Ashwagandha, not only do I feel super calm and super cool and super collected, and I sleep well and I wake up feeling refreshed, but I have a better brain function as a result. Like I feel, so long as I slept well and I take B vitamins, I've done everything else right, I just feel like my brain works better. It works better. Sometimes I'll take Ashwagandha and skip everything else, and I won't take Alcar, Cortex, any other nootropic. Just take Ashwagandha, and I'll feel good and functional for the whole day. And it's pretty cool. It's really it's my go-to besides like 1,000 or 1,500 milligrams of theanine if I really want to calm things down. And really, there's nothing better than Ashwagandha for me to take me to a place where I just feel good and calm, and like even in the midst of problems, like I could handle it all. Everything's okay. So Ashwagandha, I'm sure you can get it anywhere around you. It's not one of those hard things to find. This is from Gaia Herbs. I think I bought this from a health food store, which is where you can probably get it. You can get it online. You could buy bulk powder. Typical dose I would suggest is 500 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams. I stick with about 600 milligrams if I'm using my own stuff. This is liquid Ashwagandha, so in total it's about 400 milligrams, but it's liquid, so it hits you a lot quicker, and it's very, very powerful. If you have not tried the Cortex Nootropic Stack, snag a bottle at livecortex.com. This is the stack that's being called the only pre-made stack that actually works. Very many people take the Cortex Stack, love the Cortex Stack, write me emails about how it affects their lives while taking the Cortex Stack, and it's one of the stacks that we worked really hard to make noticeable. There's a lot of nootropic stacks out there, particularly the pre-made ones, that people have variable results with. For most people that take Cortex, there is not a variable outcome. It is mental energy, focus, it's verbal fluency, it's working memory, it's overall motivation, and surges of brain energy. There's no question about it. So grab a bottle of Cortex at the livecortex.com website. If you really want to crank productivity up and get yourself in the mode where you can really get work done, Cortex is the nootropic stack for that. Thanks for watching, everybody.